As a neurologist, I see a lot of misinformation online. It kind of comes with the territory. But there's one myth that has gone so viral, is so fundamentally wrong, and is so genuinely dangerous that I knew I had to speak up. It's the claim that a common green vegetable, one you probably have in your fridge right now, actively destroys your memory after you turn 60. Maybe you saw it in an ad or a social media post with a scary headline. The idea that this one, healthy, food is a silent memory killer isn't just bad science, it's a destructive lie. It's a lie that is actively stopping people from eating one of the most powerful, protective foods for the human brain. Today, I'm not just going to tell you why it's false. I'm going to break down the real, undisputed science. I'll show you what this vegetable actually does inside your brain. And more importantly, I'm going to give you the real, evidence-backed plan for what you should eat to build a younger, sharper, and more resilient brain for decades to come. Section 1. The anatomy of a lie. Before we tear this myth apart, you have to understand how a lie like this even works. Why is the idea that a vegetable like spinach destroys your memory so believable to so many people? It's because these claims are engineered to prey on our deepest fears. The fear of getting older, of losing our minds, of becoming a burden. These are real anxieties. And when someone shows up with a simple explanation, a single bad guy, it can feel like a lifeline. These myths are always packaged in a specific way. There's usually a renegade doctor, or a maverick researcher, who says they've found a truth that big medicine is trying to hide. They'll use complicated sounding terms out of context to sound smart. They create a villain, in this case, a harmless vegetable, and a hero, which is usually the expensive supplement or diet plan they just happen to be selling. They use fear, with headlines designed to make you panic. The one vegetable you must never eat after 60. This health food is giving you dementia. It's a classic strategy. Create a problem out of thin air, and then sell you the cure. They feed on a growing distrust of science and offer a simple, conspiratorial answer instead. And this is incredibly dangerous. These lies don't just misinform, they cause real harm. They scare people away from foods that are scientifically proven to be good for them. In this case, it's pushing people away from an entire class of foods that represents one of the most powerful tools we have for protecting our minds as we age. It's nutritional malpractice on a huge scale, and it has to stop. Section 2. My commitment to you. The real science. My name is Dr. Doctor's name, and I'm a board-certified neurologist. My entire career is dedicated to the brain. I spend my days diagnosing and treating the most complex neurological conditions out there: Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, and memory loss. I've spent decades studying the brain's intricate pathways, its delicate chemistry, and its incredible resilience. My goal today is simple: to cut through the noise, to get rid of the fear-mongering and pseudoscience and replace it with clear, verifiable facts that can actually empower you. I don't have any supplements to sell you or miracle cures to promote. My only agenda is your brain health, based on the best scientific evidence we have. Because the truth is, you don't need to buy some secret powder or follow some bizarre diet. The power to protect your brain is much more accessible and affordable than the online gurus want you to believe. So, let's get into the actual science. Section 3. The debunking. Why green leafy vegetables are your brain's best friend. Let's hit this myth head on. The claim that spinach, kale, or any leafy green vegetable destroys your memory is a complete fabrication. There is not a single credible, peer-reviewed scientific study that supports this. Not one. In fact, the science points in the exact opposite direction. Leafy greens are, without any exaggeration, one of the most proven superfoods for brain health. The evidence isn't just a hunch, it's overwhelming and comes from large-scale, long-term studies on actual people. The most powerful evidence we have comes from researchers at Rush University Medical Center, published in the journal Neurology. It was a massive project that followed over 960 adults, with an average age of 81, for almost 5 years. The researchers carefully tracked what they ate and tested their cognitive function every year. The results were stunning. The study found that people who ate just 1 to 2 servings of green leafy vegetables a day had a much slower rate of cognitive decline. The effect was so dramatic that the researchers calculated it was like having a brain that was 11 years younger. Let me say that again. A daily salad or a side of cooked greens was linked to a brain that functioned as if it were more than a decade younger. And this was true even after they accounted for other things like education, exercise, and other lifestyle habits. So, what's going on in your brain when you eat these vegetables? It's not magic, it's a team of powerful nutrients working together. Think of your brain like a city. It needs power, communication lines, and constant maintenance. Leafy greens provide the ultimate maintenance crew. Here are the stars of that crew. First, vitamin K. Greens like spinach and kale are the best dietary source of vitamin K. This vitamin is essential for creating sphingolipids, specialized fats that form the insulation around your brain's wiring. This insulation helps electrical signals travel quickly and efficiently, which is critical for memory and processing speed. Second, lutein and zeaxanthin. These are powerful antioxidants that can cross the blood-brain barrier and get right into your brain tissue. Once they're there, they act like internal bodyguards for your neurons, protecting them from the type of damage, called oxidative stress, that contributes to aging. Third, folate vitamin B9. Your brain needs folate to create neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the chemical messengers that regulate your mood, focus, and thinking. Folate also helps control levels of an amino acid called homocysteine. High homocysteine is a known risk factor for dementia, and folate helps neutralize that threat. Fourth, nitrates. When you eat leafy greens, your body converts their natural nitrates into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps relax and whiten your blood vessels, which improves blood flow. Better blood flow to the brain means more oxygen and nutrients for your hard-working brain cells. And finally, compounds like camphorol. This is a flavonoid found in greens that studies show has powerful anti-inflammatory effects and helps protect your neurons from toxins. When you put all of that together, the structural support, the antioxidant protection, the fuel for neurotransmitters, the better blood flow, and the anti-inflammatory action, you get a powerful, synergistic effect that actively preserves your brain. The idea that this combination could somehow be harmful isn't just wrong, it's scientifically absurd. Section 4. The turn. Building a fortress for your brain. Okay, so we've completely dismantled the lie. We've shown it's a baseless myth designed to make you afraid. The real question is, what now? If avoiding spinach isn't the secret to a younger brain, what is? The fantastic news is that the real science gives us a clear, actionable, and frankly, delicious roadmap. The strategy for building a truly resilient brain isn't about avoiding one food. It's about intentionally including a whole variety of powerful foods. And this isn't some expensive or exotic plan. The foundation of a brain-protective diet is waiting for you in any grocery store. This approach is best summed up by a diet known as the MIND diet. MIND stands for Mediterranean-Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay. It was developed by the same Rush University researchers who did that amazing study on leafy greens. It basically combines the best parts of the Mediterranean and DASH diets into one focused plan. And study after study shows that following this diet can dramatically reduce your risk of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's. So let's build your brain healthy plate, based on the core principles of the MIND diet. Section 5. The prescription. The 5 food groups for a younger brain. This is the positive part. This is the what to do that replaces the fear-mongering what not to do. I want you to focus on bringing these 5 food groups into your life on a regular basis. Category 1. Green leafy vegetables. The heroes return, and at the very top of the list, with a bit of poetic justice, is the exact food we just defended. The MIND diet specifically recommends at least 6 servings of green leafy vegetables every week. So, a salad at lunch, a side of sautéed spinach with dinner. This is your number 1 non-negotiable for a brain protective diet. Don't fear them, make them the cornerstone of your cognitive health. Category 2. Berries. Next up, berries. The MIND diet suggests at least 2 servings of berries like blueberries, strawberries, or blackberries each week. Berries are loaded with flavonoids, especially anthocyanins, which give them those rich colors. These compounds are antioxidant and anti-inflammatory machines. They've been shown to improve communication between brain cells and even encourage the creation of new neurons in the brain's memory centers. Category 3. Nuts. The MIND diet calls for 5 servings of nuts a week. While all nuts are great, walnuts are especially good for your brain. They're one of the few plant foods that have a significant amount of ALA, a type of omega-3 fatty acid. A small handful of walnuts, almonds, or pistachios is a perfect brain-healthy snack. Category 4. Oily fish. This one is critical. The recommendation is to eat fish at least once a week. And not just any fish, specifically oily fish like salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines. These fish are packed with the long-chain omega-3 fatty acid, DHA. Your brain is about 60 fat, and a huge chunk of that fat is DHA. It's a primary building block of your cerebral cortex, the part of the brain handling memory, language, and attention. Eating oily fish is like sending a direct shipment of premium building materials straight to your brain. Category 5. Whole grains. Finally, the MIND diet recommends at least 3 servings of whole grains a day. That means things like oatmeal, quinoa, brown rice, and whole wheat bread. Your brain is an energy hog, but it needs a steady fuel supply. Refined carbs and sugar cause blood sugar to spike and crash, leading to brain fog and fatigue. The fiber in whole grains provides a slow, sustained release of energy, giving your brain the consistent fuel it needs to stay sharp all day. If this breakdown of the real science is helping to clear things up, and you want more advice based on actual facts instead of fear, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. It's the best way to tell me that this is the kind of content that helps you. It ensures you won't miss the next time we need to tackle dangerous myths and take back our health from people who are trying to profit from our fears. Section 6. Putting it all together, the bigger picture. Of course, a healthy diet is also about what you limit. The MIND diet suggests cutting back on red meat, butter and margarine, cheese, sweets, and fried or fast food. It's not about perfection, but about shifting the balance of your diet toward those brain-protective foods we just talked about. And remember, diet, as powerful as it is just one pillar of brain health. The others are just as critical. Regular physical activity, especially exercise that gets your heart pumping, is known to boost a protein called BDNF, which is like fertilizer for your brain cells. Quality sleep is when your brain does its housekeeping, clearing out waste that can build up and cause problems. And finally, staying mentally and socially engaged, learning new skills, challenging your mind. Connecting with people helps build what we call cognitive reserve, which is a buffer that makes your brain more resilient to change. A truly holistic approach to a younger feeling brain combines all of these. A nutrient-dense diet, consistent movement, restorative sleep, and an active, engaged mind. So let's be perfectly clear. The idea that a vibrant, life-giving food like spinach could destroy your memory is a myth. It's fiction, a marketing gimmick created to prey on your fears. Please, don't fall for it. The real secret to a younger, more resilient brain isn't in avoiding healthy foods or buying some expensive, unproven supplement. It's in the produce aisle, at the fish counter, and in the whole grains section of your grocery store. It's in embracing a way of eating that's full of leafy greens, colorful berries, healthy fats from nuts and fish, and the steady energy of whole grains. You are the most important advocate for your own brain health. Don't let anyone with a slick ad and a scary headline take that power away from you. The science is clear, the evidence is strong, and the steps are simple. The power to protect your mind for decades to come is, quite literally, right on your plate.